Cameron, the young master says Hale has business tonight, eat without him. House stepped in front of me, tone anything but polite. I glanced at my phone. My last WhatsApp with Chase was a week ago. Hale'd probably forgotten, today is my birthday. My birthday used to be our anniversary, too. 3 years ago Chase chose that day to ask me out. Hale said every time I blew out candles Hale'd remember the day we became a couple. I dialed him without hesitation. As expected, no answer. Once, twice, 3 times. I lost count before Hale finally picked up. A tired voice came through, "Scarlett, why are you being childish?" I didn't answer because I'm slammed. Behind him bass thundered and drunk girls squealed. I laughed coldly. Slammed? Slammed at a rooftop bar? Ever since summer flew back, Chase, do you even remember your own last name? Scarlett, don't twist my words. Summer just got home, she's still adjusting. I've always thought of her as a little sister. His voice was warm, smooth, the way it used to sound for me alone. Summer had landed a week earlier. Since then Chase had texted the same one-word excuse, busy. 10 days ago we'd agreed to celebrate my birthday and our anniversary together. We hadn't seen each other since. A WhatsApp ping interrupted me. Tiffany spammed several photos. In every shot Chase had his arm around Summer, both of them glowing, heads touching. Any stranger would call them the perfect couple. Except Chase as my boyfriend. I lowered my gaze, it felt like someone was wringing my heart. The gourmet spread on the table turned my stomach, I wanted to gag. House must have overheard the call. Hale approached, contempt thick in his voice. Cameron, should I reheat the dishes? The Sterlings have never approved of me. They're convinced I'm after Chase's trust fund. The Sterlings are Riverdale royalty, and his mother especially hates that I'm small-town trash. She thinks her son deserves better. Chase always says, "Scarlett, ignore her, Mom's bark is worse than her bite." Thanks to Victoria, the entire mansion treats me like a freeloader. Hearing House, I didn't bother answering. I flipped the whole table. China and silverware crashed in a porcelain symphony. I smirked. No need. Ignoring his stunned face, I stood. Around Chase I'm usually soft-spoken, almost meek. I rarely lose my temper, I thought his gentleness deserved the same. I trimmed my edges to match him. Not anymore. House finally snapped, "Cameron." Just then Victoria clicked in on 4-inch heels. She spotted me and frowned. "What are you doing here?" I stayed silent. She took in the shards on the marble. "House, what happened?" When she learned I'd done it, her face twisted. "Showing your true colors?" Chase and Summer are childhood sweethearts, don't delude yourself, small-town girl. She's always wanted Summer for a daughter-in-law, the Waynes are old river money too. I nodded. "Rotten apple, rotten tree, you cheer your son on for keeping another, no wonder your husband cheats." Victoria sputtered. "You." Half of Riverdale knows Richard keeps multiple others, some illegitimate already in college. Touch that scar and she explodes, maybe that's why she's bitter. I've never understood why she doesn't just divorce him. But that's not my problem anymore. Since Chase cheated, I'm done tolerating Sterling rudeness. I spun on my heel. I didn't bother answering her parting shot. "Aren't you afraid I'll tell Chase?" "Afraid? Of what?" "I'm dumping that dog of a man." As if I care about her threats. Give me a break. I returned to the apartment Chase and I rent together. We both attended Riverside U, Hale's 2 years ahead and already working. I graduated last month. We'd lived together for less than 4 weeks when this circus started. Suddenly I felt grateful. At least I hadn't married him. His favorite line was, "Scarlett, I want the world to know you're mine. So I'll wait as long as it takes." What girl wouldn't melt at that? But after tonight's photos, I finally saw the two faces of Chase. It took me 2 whole years to read a single man. I began stuffing clothes into a suitcase. Just then the door opened. Chase leaned on Summer. "Chase, we're home," she cooed. Hale mumbled, "Dylan." "Summer." Summer gasped when she spotted me in the bedroom doorway, arms folded. She manufactured a smile. "Scarlett, big bro Chase drank too much." Hale didn't mean it. Hale was just so happy. Chase flopped onto the couch, half conscious. I caught the gloating spark in Summer's eyes. She sighed theatrically. "I heard it's your birthday, what a pity Hale only just remembered in the Uber." "I'll make sure Hale makes it up to you tomorrow." My voice was ice. "No need. From now on Hale's not required at my birthdays. Cheating is binary, 0 or infinity. I know the math." Summer widened her eyes. "Scarlett, you're not jealous, are you? Chase and I are only god siblings. Please don't misunderstand." I clapped twice. "Right, siblings who cuddle, how innocent." She flushed crimson. "You have a filthy mind." I stared her down. "Summer, when a man cheats, blame lies with both him and the other. But if you keep dancing in front of me, I can't promise I won't slap you." Tears welled in her eyes, too predictable. I tossed the duffel I'd packed for Chase at his feet. "Out. I pay the rent, no way I vacate so the cheater can stay." "Hale has to go." Chase stirred, struck by the bag. "Scarlett, what's your drama now?" Summer rushed to support him. "She misread everything, Chase." Before Hale could answer, I grabbed his collar, bag and all, and shoved him into the hallway. 10 years of boxing training, Hale never knew, because Hale thinks gentle girls don't fight. Chase tottered, almost falling. Summer scrambled to steady him. Bang! I kicked the door shut. Tonight had already been exhausting enough, I never wanted to see those two again. From behind the door I could faintly hear Summer cursing. I gave the apartment a top-to-toe scrub, erasing every last trace of Chase. I was beat, so I took a shower. When I stepped out, my phone was vibrating like crazy. I picked it up. The group chat Chase and I shared already showed 99+ messages. I scrolled up and found the spark. Summer had posted on Instagram. "I drove Chase home, but his girlfriend got the wrong idea. I swear we're just brother and sister. But she locked him out. Below the text was a photo of my front door. I didn't have Summer on WhatsApp. Someone in the group did. They screenshotted the post, dropped it in chat, and at me. It looked like an inquisition. "Scarlett, you're blowing this way out of proportion. Summer grew up with us. She's not that kind of girl, quit being so petty. If you're this insecure, good luck surviving the circle. Apologize to Summer. Now." I don't know who dragged Summer into the chat. She timidly typed, "Guys, don't be hard on Scarlett. She just misunderstood, she's not like that." Her sugar-soaked plea had half the chat comforting her. When I stayed silent, they kept going. "Maybe she feels guilty and can't face us. Some people have 0 class. They're just siblings, why make it dirty?" Honestly, Summer's way better for Chase than Scarlett. Almost everyone in that group is Chase's friend. Most of their families do business with the Sterlings, so of course they kiss his ring. Still, you'd think they'd have a floor for shame. Plenty of them were at the party tonight. They know exactly what those two did. If you stay quiet to protect your deals, fine, I get it. But cheering on their brazen cheating? That's just vile. I had Ed the loudest lapdog. Hope your partner collects a few extra sisters too. I'm not into cuckold fantasies, clearly you are. The chat went dead for 3 minutes. Guess they weren't expecting that. They remembered me as the girl who orbited Chase, always agreeable. Whenever they iced me out, I laughed it off. Some even said I had a sweet temper. So a sweet-tempered girl dropping that bomb stunned them. They thought I'd sweep it under the rug again. Wrong. I'm done with Chase, and I'm done swallowing crap. Someone finally asked, "Is this really Scarlett, or was her phone stolen? Did she lose her mind?" Knowing Summer's talent for rewriting reality, I took the photos of them, blurred a few details, and blasted them on Instagram, WhatsApp stories, Twitter, every platform I had. Guy equals my boyfriend. Girl equals his non-blood related sister. They swear they're innocent, any takers? Then I killed my phone and went to bed. I glanced out the window. Chase and I rented this old row house in the Riverside University district. The parking spaces sit right below. Chase's car wasn't there. I remembered Hale hadn't driven last night. So when I kicked them out, they must have taken a car after all. Think, Scarlett, think. Chase was drunk, obviously. Summer reeked of booze too. I dialed Riverdale police. "Hi, I'd like to report a DUI." The officer on the line took it seriously. We've had endless campaigns, yet idiots still gamble with innocent lives. Hale noted the plate I gave him. "Thank you for the tip-off. If it checks out, there's a $300 cash reward." I smiled. "Dylan, it's every citizen's duty." I shut the phone off and crashed until 11 the next morning. I yawned, powered on, and the notifications rattled nonstop. I opened them one app at a time. First, Instagram. Last night's post had detonated. Condolences, eye rolls, curses, equal mix. I muted and blocked every troll. Twitter and WhatsApp were next, the internet was wide awake. "Girl, your man's sister is literally in his lap, how's that not cheating? That eye contact? If they're not hooking up, I'll eat my phone. Wait, isn't that Senior Chase from our uni?" My feeds turned into an all-you-can-eat popcorn brigade. Alumni started chiming in. Plenty on campus knew Chase and I were a thing. Pres of the student council and Hale pulls this? Wild. Everyone played it safe with initials, but receipts kept dropping. Soon they doxed his resume. A few sterling loyalists charged in to defend him. Netizens roasted them faster than I could blink. They traced the White Knights' identities and dragged them too. The snowball became an avalanche. Eventually someone ID'd Chase as the Sterling Corp heir. Gossip blogs picked it up, and the hashtag hit trending. A sweet bonus, Sterling Corp will probably pay a fortune to bury it. Then my phone rang, Tiffany. We'd been best friends since diapers. I answered. "Scarlett, only you could turn a breakup into a fireworks show." I yawned. "Dylan, when'd you land?" 2 days ago. Spotted your prints at a rooftop bar, so I snapped pics. Those incriminating shots last night? Courtesy of Tiffany. Nice work. Had no idea Chase owned a second face, or a spare sibling. It was your birthday, figured you'd hate me for sending that. I'm mad. Sorry. I snorted. I'm pissed at that moron Chase, not you. She laughed. Knew you'd roll like that. Tiffany's 6 months younger, I used to make her call me Big Sis. She quit when we hit middle school, so hearing it now felt nostalgic. The breakup gloom had officially evaporated. "Lunch is on me, Dylan her help." An unknown number flashed on the screen. Curiosity won, I picked up. Chase sounded wrecked. "Scarlett, where are you? Can you come to Riverdale?" I arched a brow, must be the DUI bust. Good news like that? I wouldn't miss it. I went. Sure enough, they'd nailed him for aggravated DUI. Bold bastard drove off with Summer last night. Traffic cams tailed them straight to the Grand Hotel. The cops gave Chase a breathalyzer at the Grand. Hale wasn't just driving under the influence, Hale was hammered, aggravated DUI. Not only would his license disappear, Hale faced a full 2 weeks in lockup. Next of kin had to sign the paperwork, so the station had to be notified. Chase didn't want his family to know, so the first person Hale thought of was me. His phone was probably dead, odds were Hale hadn't seen the internet meltdown. Every call Hale made came courtesy of a patrolman's cell. Chase brother. Summer's voice floated up behind me just then. I felt a petty stab of regret that she wasn't locked in the same cage. Summer looked at me, all wounded doe eyes. "SC Scarlett, yeah." I cut the air with my hand. "Stop. We're not related, that label's nauseating." Summer's eyes went pink-rimmed. Chase blinked, stunned. "Scarlett, why are you talking to Summer like that? I only see her as a little sister." "You've got us all wrong." I shook my head. "You can treat her like your pet for all I care. I'm here to make it official, we're done." Chase bristled. "Scarlett, quit being childish. Sign first. We'll talk outside." I'd already spoken with the officer about the arrest. Last night Chase had driven Summer to a midtown hotel. They'd shared one room. Traffic cam footage confirmed Hale was at the wheel. When cops knocked and gave him the breathalyzer, Hale blew so high Hale didn't sober up until dawn. Because Summer was with him, the precinct wouldn't let her sign, they escorted her out. That's when Chase rang me. I smiled. "Chase, guess what? I'm the one who tipped them off about your DUI." Summer gasped. "Scarlett, yeah, you did this?" Disbelief flooded Chase's face. "Scarlett, why? Aren't you scared my mom will flip?" Hale knew I'd wanted the marriage badly, that I'd spent ages buttering up his family. I arched a brow. "Chase, I already dumped you. Why would I still care about your mommy? Speaking of her, I want that Song Hennian painting I gave her returned, today. That canvas is a masterwork, money alone can't touch it." Chase frowned. "A gift is a gift, you can't claw it back." I stayed icy. "Refuse and I won't bother being polite. You swore we'd marry, so I handed the painting to your mom. Engagement's off, the painting comes home with me." The canvas had been part of my dowry. Once Chase learned it was authentic, Hale begged me to gift it to Victoria, hoping to ease his parents' Cold War. His grandmother never liked her daughter-in-law and openly favored any outside other. Victoria used the Song Hennian to coax the old woman's goodwill. The household quarrels quieted fast. Now all bets were off, I wanted it back. I delivered my ultimatum: tell your mom the painting better be in my hands by 4, or brace herself. "Summer, you're going too far." I tuned them out, marched over to the desk, and happily accepted the $300 cash reward. The officer counted the bills. "Dylan for the tip-off, ma'am." "Me, officer, could I view last night's body cam footage?" Hale hesitated. "Regulations." I jumped in. "My boyfriend was cheating, I'm trying to recover my property. Your footage should show him with the other. If Hale won't return what's mine, that clip is proof, right?" Cop: "If Hale refuses restitution, yes, you can subpoena the footage as evidence." I nodded. Good enough. Chase's cheating would stay on file downtown, no one could rewrite the timeline now. I checked my watch, almost time for Tiffany. I hailed a rideshare straight to the bistro. Tiffany was already there. 3 years, and she looked even more stunning. She stood, scanning my face. "You didn't cry?" "I Saturday. Cry over a cheater? Waste of tears." "You haven't ordered?" Tiffany slid the menu over. "I'm amazed you can eat right now." I flipped pages. Odd thing to say. I wasn't the one cheating, why ruin my appetite? Tiffany, you're really not broken up? I looked up. 2 years together, of course it stings, but the thought of sobbing over that man actually turns my stomach. My mind reset the second I saw the red line. Everyone has a hard stop, Chase hurdled mine. Hale isn't worth self-harm. I ordered 4 dishes in one breath. I hadn't eaten since yesterday, and my stomach was staging a revolt. As I forked the last jumbo shrimp, Tiffany's expression darkened. She handed me her phone. I took it. Headlines screamed online. Sure enough, Sterling Corp had issued an official denial. Victoria had even posted that Chase and I had never dated. Gossip blogs, clearly bought, branded me a deranged fangirl turned rumor mill. Random netizens piled on, cursing me in comment threads. Tiffany, Scarlett, you. I gave the phone back. Tiff, need one more favor. I logged into my account and started typing. Me and Chase were publicly a couple, fact. I attached the clip of his big proposal, the one Hale covertly filmed so we could play it at our wedding. I even tagged Victoria. At Victoria, please return my Song Henian painting by 4 p.m. today. As I figured, once I threw punches, sentiment shifted. Netizen A, she's right, Hale cheats, his company smears her? Gross. Netizen B, that painting she gifted them? Song Henian. Netizen C, worth 10 million if you can even find one. Netizen D, Sterling's conned her into gifting it with fake marriage promises. Then one comment, clearly Summers, caught fire. Let me clarify, Chase and I are like siblings. Scarlett misunderstood. I'm willing to apologize. Watching her recycle the same script for a mass audience almost impressed me. Keep play acting long enough and you brainwash yourself. Maybe Chase and his lackeys buy the sister fairy tale, but the internet? Users roasted her within seconds. Here's the real other. Who still believes grown strangers play house as brosis? Reeks of green tea, barging in on the fiancé. The thread pinned her reply, and the roasting intensified. She deleted the comment, but screenshots live forever. The Popcorn Brigade traced her Instagram, dragging every post of hers into daylight. They even dug up the fact that while Summer was studying abroad, Chase flew out to see her. Summer deliberately posted a photo of the two of them together on her social media. According to the timeline, Chase and I were already dating then. I was online, munching popcorn with the Popcorn Brigade, utterly entertained. Then Summer suddenly dropped a cease and desist letter. She and Chase are innocent, she claimed. She warned the rumor-mongering netizens that she'd sue if they didn't stop. I lowered my eyes. Do cease and desist letters even carry weight these days? Strike a snake at its 7-inch spot. If I don't crush Summer and Chase now, they'll keep bouncing back. I had tagged both Summer and Chase's accounts. Last night when Chase was nailed for DUI, the cop's body cam at the Grand recorded everything. The footage shows you two in the same hotel room after midnight. If that doesn't count as cheating, what does? Do you have to be buck naked and literally locked together before it qualifies as cheating? The moment I hit send, the internet exploded. Crude but true, still, wow, that's raw. I live for this face-slapping drama that nukes people straight to hell. Chase DUI'd and shared a room with Summer, caught on police body cam. You don't toss claims like that around lightly. I can't just drag the cops into a lie. There are real legal consequences. Within minutes, Chase's mess hijacked Twitter's trending topics. Everyone became a raccoon in a melon patch, gorging on gossip. Gossip blogs that had defended Chase got shredded by the comment section. See? The masses have 20/20 vision. The Sterling Wayne childhood siblings nonsense nobody's buying. Not long after my tweet, Chase called. I picked up. Chase, Scarlett, what the hell are you spouting online? Summer's been crying nonstop. They're cyberbullying her. You need to clear this up. Stop being childish. We're still getting married. Post an apology first. Apologize to my mom and to Summer. I snorted. Chase, I guess I really gave you too much face. I haven't even billed you for emotional damages, and you dare demand an apology? Hale sounded stunned. Scarlett, you never used to be like this. I rolled my eyes. When you were my boyfriend, I treated you well. Now that you're not, why should I indulge you? Chase, don't throw a tantrum. My mom's sick because of you. I forgave you for tipping off the cops about my DUI, but you must apologize for these fabrications. Me, Chase, this call is being recorded. I'll upload it. I hung up before Hale could answer and immediately posted the recording. The Popcorn Brigade couldn't believe the show had a next episode. After hearing Chase beg and threaten, netizens roasted him even harder. Unable to stomach the heat, Hale, Summer, Victoria, and Sterling Corp all killed their comment sections. Other envoys kept calling. I recorded every single one and uploaded them. Eventually they stopped harassing me. I opened my Livestream app. I'm Scarlett. At 4 I'm heading to Chase's mom to reclaim my painting. Predictably, my stream surged from a few dozen to several million viewers. They tuned in to watch me demand the canvas back. Most bet I'd fail. Law buff spam tips: once a gift is delivered it's usually irrevocable. I drove to the Sterling mansion gates. Security had obviously been told to bar me. Just then Tiffany ran up with the props I'd requested. A protest banner reading "Return the painting, it's only right." A megaphone. And 24 day laborer uncles hired from the job market. I lifted the megaphone, cleared my throat, and spoke to my phone. I don't want to disturb anyone, I only want justice. Chase said since we'd marry someday and the painting was my dowry, we might as well let his mom hang it for now. I admit I was too trusting. But Hale cheated, so I have every right to demand it back. Kind viewers, please bear witness. Millions flooded the chat, gifts rained so fast the screen blurred. I turned to the uncles. Just repeat after me, guys. We stop when the Sterlings come out. The men nodded. I shouted, failure to return the painting. They thundered, is a sin against heaven. Viewers spammed 666 at the synchronized chant. Locals who spotted the stream wandered over to gawk. As the crowd swelled, the noise grew. Then the police arrived, obviously called by the Sterlings. An officer listened, then said, "Ma'am, this is disturbing the peace." I nodded. Sorry, officer. My contrite attitude plus the backstory earned a sympathetic shrug. You can pursue your claim through legal channels. I remembered Liberty Park nearby. If we move there, we're not disturbing anyone, right? Officer, park grounds are fine. So I led the parade to the park. Clouds blotted the sun, the late afternoon air was perfect. Tiffany explained our mission to curious passers-by. Hearing how I'd been swindled, elderly walkers grew indignant. Every parent pictured their own child in my shoes. The flash mob dancing aunties offered us their plaza. The lead auntie even choreographed us. 3 squads, 10-minute shifts, rotating slogans. The scene was surreal yet electric. Failure to return the painting is a sin against heaven. I used tip money from the stream to buy drinks, water, and fruit for everyone. Some grandpas wanted to sing Peking opera, others cracked jokes. I became an MC on the fly. After each act they ended with the slogan. My stream shot to the top of the platform. I checked Twitter. Between morning's trending topics and my live appearance, the Sterlings owned the headlines. As dusk approached I told the stream, if Aunt Victoria won't return the painting, I'll be back tomorrow. Justice lives in people's hearts. A family that depends on prestige can't sit still forever. Viewers debated, when you break up, pricey gifts should go back. Paid trolls soon appeared. Once you gift something, you can't claw it back. I dropped the WhatsApp thread where Chase first asked for the painting. Hale learned I owned a Songhesian canvas as dowry and suggested, since we'll marry someday, can Mom borrow it for now? It'll hang in our kids' nursery eventually anyway. Not once did I offer it as a gift. By the chat log, it was a loan. And I'm definitely not marrying him now, so the painting comes home. That post slammed the Sterling estate squarely into the hurricane's eye. A lot of people had already started calling them shameless. I completely agreed. They really were shameless. Borrowing someone else's property and refusing to return it. If I hadn't taken pity on Chase's mother's difficult position. His father wanted to install the other outside as the new Mrs. Sterling. And his grandmother seemed to be leaning that way too. I would never have handed the painting over, family or not. After a night of fermenting online, Victoria cracked under the pressure and called the next morning to say she would return the painting. Tiffany came with me. And, so as not to let down the netizens who'd backed me, I kept the live stream rolling the whole time. We met in the lobby of the Grand. Victoria's face was the color of old dishwater as she thrust the canvas at me. That morning I'd checked the Sterling Corp stock price. It had plunged 10%, enough to make her wince. Probably the old matriarch had read her the riot act. I unwrapped the painting on the spot. One look. And I stared back at Victoria without expression. This is fake. The canvas in front of me was not the one I had originally given her. She frowned. This is exactly what you sent. Don't tell me you gave me a forgery from the start. You schemed this whole thing, sent a fake so you could extort us later. I gave a short laugh. Every Samuel Hale has a security tag. I pointed to the lower right corner. There should be Grandpa's personal artist's seal right here. When I'd handed the piece to Chase, Hale'd taken it home for his mom to admire and even shot me a little thank you video. In that clip the seal is clearly visible. Victoria's complexion turned a shade uglier the moment I produced the video. The livestream chat exploded again. Viewers hadn't expected the Sterlings to swap the painting. They hadn't expected a conglomerate to play this dirty. Comments flew. If the Sterlings can't keep their word, how can their company be trusted? Momentum snowballed online. More shareholders started dumping Sterling stock. Then Victoria's phone rang. Richard's furious baritone leaked through the receiver, "Useless woman. The board wants my head, and you're handing back a fake?" Victoria swayed, ready to faint. I said, "Even if you faint, you're still returning the real one." She lifted a trembling finger at my nose. That was when Chase finally stepped out from behind her, no more hiding. Only lately had I realized Hale was a closet mama's boy. Hale moved forward, eyes miserable. "Scarlett, can we talk?" I nodded. "Talk. Could you turn the camera off?" Afraid to speak with everyone watching, guilty conscience? I glanced at the scrolling comments. Viewers heart emojied my comeback. What couldn't the livestream family hear? Chase clenched his jaw. "Give me 3 days. 3 days, and you'll have the real painting." I shook my head. "It's a painting, not cash, no need to raise capital. You get 3 hours, tops." "Scarlett, you never used to be like this." I gave an indifferent shrug. "I am now." Every emotional card Hale tried to play, I cut to confetti. For 3 hours I sat in that lobby. Whoever now held the real piece, it didn't seem to be Grandma Sterling. I picked up my phone and called Samuel. "Grandpa, something's come up, could you come down here?" Exactly 3 hours later Summer burst in, panting. A canvas was tucked under her arm. Tears welled the moment she saw me. "Scarlett, you didn't have to do this, we're giving it back." She pushed the painting at me. The instant my fingers touched the paper I knew, wrong texture. This one's fake too. Summer protested, impossible, the seal's right there. She jabbed at the corner. I gave a cold laugh. 3 hours is plenty to print a seal. Summer's voice shot up. No. You just hate me, so you're trying to ruin us. The seal is there and you're still lying, Scarlett. I watched her bluff unravel. Viewers ping-ponged between confusion and outrage. Then Tiffany walked in, supporting an elderly man. I hurried over. Grandpa. Summer snapped, bringing someone won't change facts. This is your painting. Samuel looked me over. Child, why didn't you tell me you were being bullied? Ashamed, I muttered, I thought I could handle it, but I still need you. Bullet comments suddenly blazed. Holy crap, that's the master painter Samuel Hale. Hale Scarlett's grandfather? Chase caught the scrolling text, his gaze flicked to me, stunned. Scarlett, why didn't you ever tell me? Summer went white. No way. The chat accelerated, painter himself on site, let's see you deny this one. Samuel studied Summer's canvas and snorted. Ridiculous. I never painted anything this clumsy. I turned to Tiffany. Tiff, forging a famous work, doesn't that count as fraud? With this price tag we can definitely call the cops. Tiffany caught on at once. Oh, it counts. Let's dial Riverdale PD right now. Summer lunged for Tiffany's phone. Chase dove for mine, as if the pair had rehearsed it. I shielded Samuel. The feed cut, the lobby erupting into chaos. Within 5 minutes patrol officers stormed in. Some viewer had already placed the tip off. Soon we were all marched to the station. There, Summer quickly admitted her canvas was bogus, the authentic piece hung in her own bedroom. Reason? It was the real Hale, she couldn't bear to part with it. As for how the original had landed with her, Victoria had first gifted it to Mother Sterling. Then swapped in a replica to retrieve the genuine article. To seal the Wayne-Sterling merger, she re-gifted the authentic work to the Waynes. 1 painting, 2 payoffs. I had to hand it to Chase and his mom, impressive hustle. Police kept the 3 of them overnight. Counterfeiting a masterwork meant criminal prosecution. I walked out with Samuel's original tucked safely under my arm. The moment they heard the word jail time, the trio began flinging blame like monkeys hurling mud. I couldn't be bothered to listen. Back home, I logged on and narrated the whole mess to my followers, thanking them for having my back. Half a month later, bits of Sterling gossip reached me. Richard had been ousted as chairman, filed for divorce from Victoria, and moved the illegitimate into the mansion. Victoria, hearing the word divorce, had brawled with the others so badly that even House, who'd tried to mediate, was shown the door along with her. Chase, already out on bail for an aggravated DUI, got slapped with a fresh 15-day detention for art forgery. In the end, both Hale and Summer faced criminal prosecution because the scandal stayed a trending topic. Legal bloggers predicted a minimum 6-month sentence for each. Well, karma always collects. I tilted my face to the sky, feeling the weight of that rotten branch finally drop away. Next time, I'll be pickier about whom I let into my heart. For now, life is good. Thanks for listening to today's story. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate it? If you liked this video, smash the like and share it with friends. We can't wait to read your comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more gripping tales. See you next episode.